decent-ish. Yeah, that works. Hope that's not too bright. What if I turn it? Ah! Well, oh, well, that works. I just took the little cap off. I think that works. Yes, I think that's fine. All right, good morning. It is Cherise here. Now I have to figure out where I'm going to put this. Let's put it on the floor. And I'm about to get ready for school. Y'all know I'm on quarantine. Technically, tomorrow should be my last full day of quarantine, but I'm going to get my second COVID test today. I got tested last week, Thursday. I got my results Sunday. They were negative, but I have been coughing, so I don't know what that's about. So just to be super safe and sure and secure that I am COVID free, since I do have plans to travel, go to Pennsylvania this Christmas. I just want to make sure, for certain, that I do not have it, because I'm not trying to spread it to other people, and I really just want to, really, it's about protecting others. I personally am not scared of getting it myself. I feel like I would be fine. You never know, of course, but my fear is that I would transmit it to others. That's my biggest fear, my biggest concern. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. Let's jump into the skin. So I've already done all my skincare. I've cleansed, I've toned, I've moisturized, and put on sunscreen. And so this is what my skin is looking like. I am going to go in with, do I want to go in with primer today? Actually, nope, we're not going to go in with primer. The foundation I'm going to be trying out, which is new to me, is the Beauty Blender Bounce Long Whip. Oh, Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. Girl, I can't read today. Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. I have the shade 4.45 Neutral. This foundation is made in Italy. Or if you're Alicia, Italy. So yeah, I'm excited to try this out. I put half of it on my face last night, along with half of another foundation I haven't worn before, and I was asking people which side they liked better. John and Jackie both voted for this foundation, and my mom and sister both voted for this foundation, which is the Kat Von D, or no, the KVD, sorry, the KVD Vegan Beauty True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation in the shade Deep 80. This shade is actually a little bit too warm on me. I wouldn't say it's too dark, it's just a little too warm, but I can work it. It actually is like a smidge too dark too. But I really like the finish of both, and I was really curious to see which one other people liked better on my skin. So today we're going to try this one. And maybe tomorrow we'll try that one. Yeah, I might have to work at Ulta tonight. I don't know. Technically, I'm still supposed to be on quarantine, but if my results are negative, I probably will go into work, because I know it's been a burden of me not being able to work the past basically 2 weeks. So, yeah. All right, let's jump right in. Like I said, I'm not going to do any primer. If I'm not mistaken, this foundation is supposed to, well, it's supposed to be long wear. I think it's supposed to have a natural matte finish. Let's see what the box says. I'm glad I have the box right here. Full coverage velveteen finish, moisture boosting with hyaluronic acid, antioxidant rich white birch extract. All right, so it's supposed to be full coverage velveteen finish, so that's not necessarily dewy. So we're not gonna powder my face down. I normally put powder on my skin, powder my skincare or my primer if I know the foundation is gonna be extra glowy or serumy or dewy. All right, so I'm gonna unlock it. Did I unlock it? I like that it locks. And I'm going to shake it, even though I don't think you really need to. And for school makeup, I normally don't do eyeshadow. I'm doing really quick makeup, so you'll see what I normally do. This is kind of like my go-to school makeup, my natural, very natural look. It's really quick. All right, so I'm going to pump. Did I lock it? Okay, there we go. I'm going to put 2 pumps on this side, and you're supposed to use the tray. I don't like to use the tray. I just pump it directly on my face, and that's what the color looks like. To me, this is a perfect color match, and I've been color matching myself online. Look at that. I mean, that blends into my skin beautifully, I feel. All right, so I'm kind of spreading it out. It's I wouldn't say it's thick, but she's not liquidy. So I kind of spread it out first like that, and then I'm patting it into the skin. The finish is beautiful. The coverage is pretty, and even though it says full coverage, even with 2 pumps on the side of my face, I can still see a few of my dark marks peeking through, but I don't want to build it up because I feel like, I don't want to say it's heavy. It's not heavy, but it's just a thicker consistency than the foundations I've been wearing as of late. But yeah, I can definitely still see a few of my dark marks peeking through, but it's really pretty finish, and I love the shade match. Shade match is beautiful. So as you can see, that's one side with foundation, and this is without. And then from the front, without, with drastic difference in my opinion, in a positive way. All right, let's do 2 pumps on this side. 1, 2. Again, you can use the tray if you want, and I guess you're supposed to blend this out with a sponge. I have not been Team Sponge for a while now. I'm trying to get it all off of the packaging. I have been Team Brushes for foundation, but I go back and forth. I just ordered a few sponges, the Dark Skin Makeup Daily sponges, because I really wanted to try them and support another female-owned Black brand. So that's something I'm very passionate about. So I like to give back to my community. Good morning. Y'all, normally I'd be in the car driving to school normally by this time. But since I don't need to be logged in until really about 7:30, 7:35, I've got time to quickly do my makeup. And I also wanted my makeup to be done for when I get my COVID test, but I already know I probably will cry. I cried last time just a little bit, just because it's uncomfortable. Not because it hurt me, but it was uncomfortable. Also, there's like different variations of the test. The one I got last time I really liked. It was the one where they only go like an inch up your nose and they do both nostrils. That was definitely tolerable. All right, so this is what the foundation is looking like on the skin. It's a beautiful finish, color match, perfection. I feel like it has a very natural finish. I don't know what velveteen means, but does velvet have a little bit of radiance to it? I don't know. I don't have too many velvet things, but this is pretty. I really like the way this looks. I feel like it looks like my skin not being powdered right now. So let's go ahead and jump into concealer. Y'all know I used to not wear concealer, but I've been dibbling and dabbling in it. And let's see if I want to try a totally different one today or go with something I've already been using. I have several in here, and several that I enjoy. Let's use a 2020 fave of mine mixed with a newer one that I've discovered. All right, so a 2020 fave concealer of mine is the Urban Decay Stay Naked. I have the shade 70 Neutral Yellow. And a new fave is this Hourglass Vanish concealer in the shade Mocha. So I'm going to start with Mocha first because it's a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to my skin tone, but not by much. I'm going to put Mocha down first, just like that. I really do like this Vanish concealer. And then I'm going to take the Urban Decay and pop a little bit of that even closer to my tear duct. And that one's a little bit brighter, just to brighten it up. And then for around my mouth, another concealer I've been experimenting with is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. I really like this one too. This is the shade Neutral Deep 4. This is closer to my skin tone. I'm going to put some of that around my mouth. So I do have discoloration on my upper lip. And then kind of a little bit on the cheek area where I feel like the foundation, one layer of it didn't quite fully cover some of the dark spots that I have from acne scarring, and a little bit on the chin. Don't want to do too much, just a little bit of that. I've been trying to utilize concealer more for what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to start by blending out my under eyes, and this is a BH Cosmetics No. 3 brush from whatever collection has this pink handle. It's really pretty. Just going to go in and tap, tap, tap it in. under the eye. A little bit of these goes a long way, especially the Vanish. I feel like I have way too much concealer in my eye, but it's okay. We will get it together. The coverage is beautiful on both of these. I really enjoy both the Urban Decay and this one. Hey, if you're busy, would you be able to do beginner eyeshadow tutorial? Yes. Sure thing. I feel like for beginners, 3, if you want to do something like kind of nice, fancy, like 3 colors is all you need. Sometimes even just 2. I'm a huge fan of one shadow eyeshadow looks, 2 eyeshadow looks, and 3. Normally if I'm keeping it simple, like 3 is like the max colors I'll do. And if I'm being fancy, I'll go up to sometimes like 5 or 6 different shades. But in general, usually it's not that many for me. All right, so I've got this all tapped in. I kind of take it to this lower part of my forehead over the brow area as well. And now I'm going to take my foundation brush and go in and blend in the concealer that I put on my cheek area, on my chin area, and I'm going lightly over the edges of the concealer under my eye, just to blend everything seamlessly. I'm also going over the sides of my nose too. All right, I really like the way my base is looking. Again, I'm tapping those dots in that I put. Yeah, that definitely helped to add just a little bit more coverage so that none of my spots are peeking through. There's something in this eye. I have one eyelash that literally goes like straight down into my eye, and I think that's what I'm feeling. But I also get like weird, I forget what they're called now. Eye fishing? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Like strands of mucus in your eye that are really annoying. And it's eye fishing. Wow. Please hold, because it will make me cry. And this always happens. Well, not always, but often this happens to me where I'm doing my makeup and then I end up with something in my eye and it makes me want to cry, and that's not good. Ugh. This is a giant one. Try not to cry. Does anybody else struggle with this? Eye fishing, it is terrible. Oh, I got it. It's terrible and very uncomfortable and low-key kind of gross. But thankfully I didn't let the water come out of my eyeballs. It stayed watering inside my eyeballs. Okay. Just re-tapping everything in. I really like the finish of this. This is pretty. I feel like it's more glowy and radiant though than what I normally pick for foundations, so we'll see how it goes. For under eyes, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Deep. This is my favorite under eye blurring powder, if I'm being completely honest. I just do not like the price point, of course, but it works. And this is probably what I'm going to take with me when I go to Pennsylvania, just because it's so easy. It's a compact, you know, it's a pressed powder, so it's a little bit less messy, but it's super fine. And as of late, I've just been brushing my powder under my eyes. Like, I've not been using sponges. I just go in and kind of press it in and sweep. And then I go in and do another layer and I come lower, like on the cheekbone, and I go up to the under eye to really help to brighten it. This side got nice and bright. This side, not so much. And this really is blurring, it's smoothing, it's such a pretty powder. It's not heavy, it doesn't give my under eyes the crepey dry look, which I am now more prone to as a woman in her late 20s, aging. Ooh, okay, powder just slid down in the sink. But nah, I'm still young. But I just noticed that my under eyes are naturally dry and that some powders exaggerate that and make my under eyes look quite awful after some time. And I get this weird ring where it's like super dry under here and the rest of my face is like oily and dewy, and it's not a good look. Let's just say it's not a good look. All right, and I'm gonna take some down the center of my nose. Sometimes I do the define line. I don't feel like doing the define line today. Like I said, I'm doing my quick. This is what I would normally do for school. Sometimes I don't even do concealer. It just depends on how I feel and the amount of time I have. I will say I do like the way I look with like a little bit of a lighter concealer. I feel like it helps to balance my face, add dimension. But I don't feel like I absolutely need concealer, because I don't really have dark circles. All right, so I've kind of set down the center of my face. So you see the center of my face looking nice and matte. Under eyes are nice and set and very smooth. And I normally don't experience like any creasing with this technique, I've noticed, of setting my under eyes. So I really like and enjoy that. Since I do have a little bit of time, I am going to take a little bit of this powder since it does kick up. It's very soft and sometimes it kicks up in the pan. I'm just going to take a little bit of fallout in the pan and I am going to tap that down the bridge of my nose just to see if I can get a little bit of extra brightening on the bridge. I'm using a BH Cosmetics brush for this. This is supposed to be an eyeshadow brush, I'm pretty sure, but there are no rules. No rules. And I've got my coffee next to me and I'm going to start talking about the Forever Mood candles now, because I have two of them burning right now. One in my living room and one in my bedroom, because I got the little mini set. So here is the box. This is the Scents of the Season from Forever Mood by Jackie Aina. I wanted to try them out and there was like a deal going on, I believe, when I ordered mine. So the 4 scents I have are Fine Pine, which to me smells like woodland fireside or fireside woods by Homeworks from Ulta, the giant $25 candles that are amazing. That one smells basically almost exactly like woodside fireside woods, something like that. I don't know, they smell super similar, but I like that smell, so I'm not mad that I have like a small mini version. Then I have Naughty Nice, which is the one I have burning in my living room. I love the way that one smells for like a home smell, like something I would put in community spaces. And I'm going to read the notes to you that one, because that's the one that is a standout one out of the 4. Naughty Nice, top notes, cypress, citrus, and cardamom. So I love those things. I love citrus, and the cardamom makes it more warm. The heart is night blooming, jasmine, iris, and violet. So very rich. And the base is Australian sandalwood, cedarwood, and papyrus. Also like very rich. And I like those warm, rich smells for like home. So like in my living room. And sometimes I like to put them in my bedroom. Just depends on how I feel. But mostly for the living room. And then the one that I have burning in my bedroom, which I burned in here while I was doing some skincare and body care and all that last night, is You Up. And that is actually, I can't decide if Naughty Nice is my favorite or if You Up is my favorite. You Up is more sweet. It reminds me almost like kind of the smell of like coffee, like chocolate caramel. Like if you just, like if people smell like the color of their complexion and you took a bunch of melanated people, I know, kind of weird, took a bunch of melanated people and you melted them into a candle. I feel like You Up is what it would smell like. It would just smell good, like caramel, buttery, chocolatey, mocha-y, cinnamony, all of those beautiful things. That's what this reminds me of. So the top note is buttery caramel, the heart is cinnamon sugar, and the base is vanilla. Good morning. Good morning. And so I love the way You Up smells, but I love it more for like, to me, those are relaxing smells. Like vanilla, it's like calming, it's sweet. It's like a sweet treat to myself at the end of the day, or like something I would put in my bedroom to like, you know, whatever that means, you know, me and my emotions. So I really like those two. I would buy a full size of You Up and I would buy a full size of Naughty Nice. The other two I haven't quite burned yet, but like I told you, Fine Pine reminds me of something I already have. So it's like, do I really need it? But also I haven't burned it, so it could smell a little bit different and like more complex once I actually burn it. And then Gingerbread Trap House. Very interesting smell. Not sure exactly how I feel about it yet. And I have both those still in here. The packaging is beautiful. I have both those still in here because I haven't burned them yet. But I have the other two burning right now. So let's again smell this. Fine Pine. Yeah, this smells just like my Homeworks candle I have. So I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy a full size of that because I already have a giant candle. These are pretty small, as you can see. But they can burn for 15 hours. That's one thing I will say. These are long lasting candles because I burned my other one for like 2 hours last night and it looks brand new still. Like it filled up right back to the top when it the wax cooled off. And this is Gingerbread Trap House. When I first smelled all of them, my initial reaction was this is the one that stood out. But as I've gone back a couple times, the other two stood out more. So I think I just need to burn this one to figure out if I really like it. I love gingerbread to eat. I like gingerbread lattes, which Starbucks did not bring back this year. I was low-key mad about that. I've asked several times. They're like, yeah, we're not bringing that one back this year. So I don't know. I have to burn these to really figure out how I feel about them. But as of right now, I definitely would buy a full size of Naughty Nice and You Up. Love, love, love those two. I have them burning, so I can't show you. But I definitely think the value pack, I forget how much this was, but I think if you want to try them out, like get one of these little mini ones that comes with 4 different scents first before diving into her full size ones. That's my advice. Like sample it before you buy it. But the quality is excellent. Excellent quality. So yeah, that was my little first impressions / kind of review of Forever Mood. All right, I need to set the perimeter of my face. I love the shade of this. It's so good. For the people that just joined, I'm wearing the Beauty Blender Liquid Whip Long Wear Bounce Foundation in the shade 4.45 Neutral. Beautiful shade. Love it. It's my first time wearing it over my whole face though. All right, let's go ahead and set it. Let me check on the time too. Because I gotta teach the kids. Gotta teach the kids. It ain't even 7 yet, bruh. I'm doing good on time. It's not even 7. Cool. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I love this powder. It is great. I think this was a favorite last year. It's still a favorite. I love this powder. This is one that I could set my whole face with for the rest of my life and I would be happy. And I'm gonna go in pretty heavy with it because I am gonna need my makeup to last a while. I haven't worn makeup for like a full day in a long time. Like a while. Basically 2 whole weeks because I haven't gone anywhere. And this does not change the color of your foundation at all. It did look a little ashy at first because I'm really like packing it on. But like it blends right into your skin. And I'm using an e.l.f. powder brush because I love a flat top brush for when I'm like packing on powder. Because I do have more oily skin, but this is going to take the shine away. It's going to make it nice and matty matte, 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 matty matte, 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 which I love. Because as the day goes on, I will get more glowy, if you want to call it that. But if I start out like super matte, then I know I can make my makeup last all day and it still look good and all I have to do is just blot it. All right, I'm loving how this is looking. I'll wipe around my nose. Try not to get inside of my nose. Probably not gonna lay my edges until later, until I probably want to do it today, honestly. I don't feel like it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Right now I have braids. So y'all know. Oh, I curled them. So I can show y'all that. I curled it myself. I'm very proud of myself because you know you have to dip it in the hot boiling water and I didn't burn myself. So that's an accomplishment in life. Yeah, I think it looks cute, curled. Something fun, curls for Christmas. Just a slightly different, you know, different look, different vibe than the straight. So that's the hair. Ooh, it's hot. Why did I take this hair? I'm hot now. Let me get us a hair tie, scrunchie, whatever I can find first under here. a satin scrunchie. Thank you. I've been enjoying them. They are officially a month old tomorrow. I've had them for a month and I've washed them once in the month that they've been in my head. So I don't want to wash them too often. And surprisingly, my scalp has been doing okay with the braids. I thought it's gonna be worse because I don't know, my scalp just is disrespectful. It runs in the family though. Thankfully, my mom gets like the plaque psoriasis, like big giant like layered flakes on her scalp. It is, I had never seen nothing like that in my life. Thankfully, mine don't get like that. Mine just feels dry, but it doesn't really flake much. It just is just itchy and irritated. I don't know, maybe I have a sensitive scalp. I don't know. But I will say I love the braids. I definitely will do this again, and I'm gonna go back to the same person who did it because my experience was amazing. All right, I need to stop talking and get to bronzing. I don't wear bronzer every day. I don't wear highlighter every day, and if I had to choose one, I normally would just do highlighter and then forego bronzer or like contouring or anything else. I would just do foundation, concealer if I'm doing concealer, powder, and then highlighter, and that would be my base, and then I would do my brows, mascara, and a lip gloss, and that's normally my school routine. If I'm taking it up a notch, I will apply bronzer and highlighter. If I'm not going to do highlighter or bronzer, but I still want to put something else on the cheeks to add dimension to my face, I will do a glowy blush, and I will usually do a Laura Geller blush because they're like the Baked and Brighten, or I will do a Hourglass blush because now I have two of those because I got one for my birthday. And I really like those. They're more luminous. So for today's video, we're going to do bronzer and highlighter. I think I'm going to use the same palette to keep it simple. And this is something newer to my collection that I got a couple months ago. What's your Instagram? It is the same as my name on here. Search for the number 4, Charisse. I was born on the 4th. So yeah, search the word search for, and then my first name, Charisse, Cherise. Cherise. That's how I learned how to spell my name. So I still spell it like that to this day as an adult. So one of my face palettes that I've been using as of late is this Morphe face palette, Deep Glam 8D. I actually really like this. I think the shade selection is quite nice in my opinion. And it's got blushes, highlighters, and then bronzers and a contour shade. So I'm going to mix together all 3 of these at the top, not this brightener, but all 3 of these, and I'm gonna use that as my bronzer. And I like to use a more fluffy brush. I'm gonna use this brush. This is an Amazon MSQ brush. I'm gonna tap into all 3 of those. Tap, 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 tap. Literally just bouncing my brush across the 3 powders. And then I'm gonna go in and apply that. I kind of start in the hollows of my cheek and then I actually go up onto my cheek because I like, on my powders, I've noticed on my face shape, I like things to be a little bit higher, not as low. This is gonna add some dimension to the face, a little bit of shape to my face. So you can see I start kind of low, but I go up high, like literally on the actual cheekbone. And that also helps it to blend better with highlight when I put on highlight. So you can see it's subtle, but it adds a little bit of something, but it's not too much. And I feel like it matches like the deepest parts of my body really nice. That's one thing I always tell people, use tones that naturally occur in your, like on your skin, and it helps your makeup to look just more natural and less, just makes it look more, a little bit more natural. Clearly, I have on a bunch of makeup y'all have seen. I put on 4 pumps of foundation, 3 different concealers. Like, I've done a lot to my face, but one thing is people can't tell that I have makeup on sometimes at work. They're like, we just thought you always look like that. So when I started going to work with no makeup, they were like, because they were so used to seeing with makeup. But let me tell you, teaching during a global pandemic, I don't always wear makeup, and it's really cute. The students' reactions to it too. I love my students. They're like, wow, Miss Ishmael, you're just as beautiful without it. And that really warms my heart because, you know, the adults are like, are you tired? Are you sick? What's wrong? You know how adults can be. But I'm very comfortable, especially since my skin has been improving so much. I'm very comfortable without makeup too. Like, I've been teaching all my classes basically virtually without it. Today's gonna be their first day seeing me like snatched in a long time. I'm also putting some of this on the sides of my nose. I like to do the top part if I am going to bronze or contour my nose. Bronze or contour, I just like to go right in here at the top part of it. And that really helps to make the center pop forward. I love the way that looks because my nose, I feel like, is more flat. I know I turn to the side, it doesn't really look that flat, but to me, I feel like it's more flat on my face. I don't know, because I don't have a big face, but I have fuller cheeks. I don't know. I like the way that looks. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Going in with a little bit of the two darkest powders, putting a little bit more of those on. Forehead, it's up to you if you want to bronze your forehead. Most of the time I don't, and if I do, I just take whatever's left over. And I like to start, because my forehead is kind of like rectangular, as you can see, it's like that. I literally just go across the top, I tap across the top, and I just work my way down like this. The whole thing. Because I want to make it all look smaller. So that's kind of what I do to bronze the forehead. And that adds a slight wash of color, and it helps to blend into my scalp color too. But I like to do the whole thing, like basically down to the brow, because we can minimize all that up here. And that's it for bronzer. Now we're going to go on to highlight. And I'm going to use the highlighter, this one, in the orangey, like bronzy gold. This one, it's more like an orangey bronze. And I'm just going to use a fluffy BH Cosmetics 140 brush. I like these for highlighter because it's like a blending brush, but like a super big one. I mean, like, look at this compared to my eye. That's huge. So I'd rather use it for my cheek, and I can feel like I can diffuse the product really well. So I just tapped into that highlight. And now I'm going to apply it to my cheekbone, and then I'm kind of going to spread it out a little bit. This is really pretty, though. And it does have some glitter in it, so if you don't like glittery highlighters, you might not like this one. But it's not as glittery as like the Fenty Diamond Glow Bomb thingies. Those are very glittery. This one's a little bit more subtle. I also like how like orange toned it is. I think that's really, really pretty. And again, I like blend it kind of into the bronzer. Like I spread it out over this whole area so it doesn't look as much like a stripe, and it looks just really pretty and blended. And I like to take it kind of all the way up, almost to my hairline, just like this whole general section of my face. I like to glow from the sides. I'm just tapping in and then blending with this brush, and then I'm going to take it into the brow bone, into the eyebrow area, and I'm connecting it right here on this side. As you can see, got right here, this whole area. I really like the way that looks. And I love the way a highlighted brow bone looks in person and in pictures. I feel like it, especially since I'm not doing any eyeshadow, I feel like it looks really pretty. Another thing I sometimes do is, if I really like the highlighter shade, I will just take it over like my eyelid. It's gonna crease though because I don't have anything on my eyelids, but I like to take it over the center of my eyelid. Let me be more specific. I just kind of drag it down the center, and then I'll blur it in the crease. I'll have to show you, but it gives my eyelids a little bit of a pop without me doing too much. And it almost looks like a halo eye because my natural skin tone is showing on the other side. So let me show y'all that. You see how I just gave the eyelid a little bit of something, but without doing anything extra. It took me no time at all. All right, and so after that, I normally would go in with a brush I use for my face powder, and I kind of buff over everything, but this has no powder on it, so I'm just going over my face. And now I'm gonna highlight the bridge of my nose, and I'm gonna use my finger for this time. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I don't. And I'm using the same highlighter I use on the rest of my face. This also helps to give my nose more of a three-dimensional raised look. And highlight the center as well. I like the little bulb of my nose. John says I have a button nose. I've never thought that in my whole life. But I do love my nose. My whole family, we all have the same nose. That is a defining characteristic of the Ishman family. We all have the same nose. Oh, I like using my finger too for certain highlighters because it's just easier to blend it. All right, that is the skin done. Look how pretty that is. I mean, I think it looks beautiful, and I'm more of a skin complexion person, so this makes me very happy, very excited. It makes me, I feel most beautiful when my base is just like flawless and like just lightly sculpted, nothing too intense, with some nice brows and mascara that to me is just so beautiful. And then there's certain days where I'm like, I'm gonna be extra glam and do a whole eyeshadow look with it too, but not today. I don't feel like wearing blush. Like I said, normally I don't wear blush. It's either just highlighter and bronzer, or luminous blush. Those are kind of the options I do on my face. All right, we can go to the brows. I have been loving pen products for my brows. We're going to use the Milani one to give y'all a drugstore option. I really like it. This is in the shade... Wait, first of all, it's called the Milani Weekend Brow Eyebrow Tint. This is the shade Medium Brown. I used this for the first time yesterday. Like, let me see what this looks like if I just do this and then, like, use my darker, more dried up mascara to blend it all together. And I really liked it. It is a softer brow, so this is, like, if you want to have a little bit more natural look. I personally like bold black brows because my hair is very black. But I know that's not for everybody, and I'm experimenting with this look, but it's the same technique. So I'm going to just brush through my eyebrow hairs with this mascara that I don't like for my eyelashes. And it's a deluxe size, so it's a little smaller. So that's step one. That helps me to see the hairs better and the natural shape better. Of course, me being paranoid, let me check on the time. Oh, great. We're doing wonderful. Ooh. All right. What I need is a clock in here, a little digital clock. All right, that's good for now. So now I'm going to take this Milani Brow Pen felt tip thing. I love these. They're great, in my opinion, for how I like my brows to look. And now I'm going to go in and actually do the brows. Can y'all see? Yes, you can. I'm going to tilt it this way. So I start with lining the bottom. Of course, this side came out better than this side. Rude. All right. And then I go and I start to make the little hair-like strokes. And I do it all within my brow. But my main focus is going to be the front because I don't really have hair there. But we're getting there. Just roll with me. Like I said, this color is a lot softer, not as in your face as black would be. I also find that these pens do not fade on me throughout the day. So even though my brows are kind of on the lighter side, I kind of liked how this looked yesterday. Or whatever day I did this. Was that yesterday? Everything blends together. All right, so that's kind of what they look like now. So now I'm gonna line the top. But I'm making sure I stay within where my natural eyebrow hair is. And then I'm gonna do a line of best fit for the tail, which is always interesting. That's one eyebrow almost done. Other side. My family keeps texting me. My mom, my dad, and my sister. We're all so happy that it's Friday because this is our last day of working before a break. Before our winter break. Alright, I'm on low power mode, which is fine. I'll be done very soon. Alright. Then I kind of go in and do the tail and the arch. And fill in any gaps if I feel like there are some. Alright, I really like the way the brows came out today. I like the shape of them, the arch, everything. They look cute. Alright, so once I'm done with the pen, I go back in with the mascara. And I kind of brush through the hairs again. And that helps to darken it up just a little bit more, and it just helps to lay everything in place. Kind of like, I use this like a brow gel, basically, a tinted brow gel. Of course, one always comes out a little bit better than the other, and I feel like this eyebrow looks a little bit better than this eyebrow. But it's okay. You know, it's all right. I'm not mad at either one, to be honest. All right, those are the brows. Let me show y'all better lighting. Cool. Brows are done. Next is mascara. Now, depending on how much time I have, I will curl my lashes, or curl, prime, then mascara, or prime and mascara, or just mascara, okay? I have lots of options for the girls. Today, I'm feeling lazy, and a lot of mascaras I have are really, really good. They don't need primer, really, and they don't need to be curled because my lashes are pretty decent. So we're just going to use the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I love this one. It's in black. I don't know the official shade name. I think it only, 01, I guess, is the official shade name of this mascara. This don't need no primer. This don't need no lash curling. This stuff is amazing. So I'm going to go in with this on my upper and lower lashes. I'm going to do several coats to really build them up. Now, if you want more of a natural lash look, don't do as many coats or as many layers. If you want to like build your lashes up to where they almost look like falsies, you can do that with this mascara. And it doesn't flake or come off. It doesn't smudge either once it's on. Now, it can get clumpy if you go in and aren't too careful, so you just have to watch out for that. But I don't mind a few clumps personally to get the look that I desire. That don't really bother me. But it's all personal preference. You could also go in with a lash comb if you have really thick, voluminous lashes. Mine are not super thick, but they're a decent length. They're decent. They're good enough to where I don't feel like I need false lashes. I rarely ever wear those. Yeah, I really like the way my skin looks. This foundation's really pretty. I'm still debating what makeup I'm going to take with me to Pennsylvania if my test comes back negative today, which I think it will. I mean, there's no reason for it not to. I haven't interacted with humanity at all. Other than like going through the drive-thru and somebody handing me my food and me handing them money and then them handing me my change, but I didn't touch anybody. And they all had their masks on. But, you know, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just concerned because I have a cough, I guess. It makes you a little bit more like, you know, paranoid. But it is just that season, you know? It's just that time of year where people just be coughing and sneezing unrelated to what's going on in the world, you know? So there's that. And I feel good. That's another thing that I was like, yeah, I probably don't have it. Because I feel good. Like, emotionally, mentally, and mostly physically, I just have a cough, you know? It's annoying. Anointing. All right, gonna do some on the lower lashes. Then we'll do the lips, and then I'll probably come back and do just one more coat of mascara to just really go in on my lashes. I feel like going in on the lashes today. Even though I'm probably gonna be crying at 1 p.m. when they stick up my nose. I really don't like that feeling at all. But it'll be a good test for the foundation. Can it withstand tears? Light tearing, not like boo-hoo, boo-hoo, ugly crying, but like graceful, just suffering in silence because I have to do this. Drink vitamin C. I take elderberry, zinc, vitamin C, turmeric, ginger. Your girl has been doing all the things, okay? I've been doing all the preventative things, but maybe I just need to do straight up vitamin C powder like you're suggesting. Maybe I should not put that in my coffee. Ew, that sounds nasty. But maybe I can put some vitamin C powder in my water. I've been drinking, y'all, 60 to 100 ounces of water a day as well. I am in a competition with my boyfriend, John. If I can stop saying my boyfriend, John now, I feel like if you started watching me since I started refilming lately, you know who John is, so we're just going to call him John. Going forward, we're in a competition on who can drink the most water every day, and I've won most days. I will say he beat me the other day. I didn't tell him that, but he did. If he watches this, he beat me that other day, like a couple days ago, this week. Yeah, the powder, yeah, I might need to invest in that and start putting it in my water. Because like I said, I've been drinking so much water, so I can just be constantly drinking water and vitamin C. I will say the cough is better today because I haven't really coughed since I've started talking and filming, so that's great. But I find it's when I like move around more, I have to breathe more, that's when the cough starts to like come out. My lungs are like, hold up, no. Which also is like, do I have it? You know, I don't know. I just need answers. I need answers. So I will be more at peace at 1:30 p.m. today because I should know by 1:30. All right, I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more on the upper lashes of this mascara, which this layer really adds some thickness to them. All right, I am done with mascara. Let me show y'all because my lashes look really nice with this mascara. Y'all see that? Also, what time is it? Let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. Love the way this is turning out. All we have left is lips, and normally I just do a gloss because I'm normally wearing a mask for 8 to 9 hours a day. Since normally I'd be in school teaching, so I have masks on all day. But since I'm home, today we're supposed to be doing our favorite holiday look. I'm gonna do a red lip, I think, and shock the kids. They have not seen me. Thank you. They have not seen me this put together in so long. And do I want to do red? What's a festive earring? For the holidays. Do I have some more festive earrings? I think I do in my bedroom, so I'll get those later. And I should probably change my nose ring to gold, but I'll do that before I go on my trip. I know I'm going to do gold jewelry and more gold in makeup. But red lip. I have several favorites for a red lip. There are so many beautiful, wonderful options at all different price ranges. Red lips is one of my favorite colors to do. I'm a huge fan of red lips. So let me grab my container of reds to show you guys. I have a whole container dedicated to red lips, except like a couple of them. Like Disorderly, I think is a red. Is this a red? Disorderly? Can y'all see it? This is my red container. Are any of these reds? Now I'm like looking to like double check and make sure. All right. These are some of my favorite reds. What do I feel like today? Am I feeling bougie? Oh, also I love this one. Is this it? I like Brick House from, no, Brick House is not as red. I like Boss Lady from the Lip Bar. Lip Bar, I love their liquid lipsticks. They're so cute. The packaging is so cute, and they are a great formula. Very long wearing, and they don't dry your lips out, but they are matte. They're matte liquid lipsticks. Love those. All right, bougie. Let's do Pat McGrath then. We'll do a Pat McGrath red lip mixed with a little bit of NARS. So a bougie red lip for real, for real. Yes. So I have the NARS lipstick in Red Lizard. I love this red. This is one of the first high-end reds I ever got. So this lipstick is, I don't know how old. Let's smell it. It smells fine. It smells like absolutely nothing, which is a good sign, usually. So I think I've had this since like maybe 2016, 15. It's old, but I love it. Red Lizard from NARS. It's beautiful. As you can see, I've used up quite a bit of it. It used to be a little bit higher than this, believe it or not. So we're going to mix Red Lizard with Pat McGrath Mini Matte Trance lipstick in the shade 003 Elson. Elson is a beautiful red. This is a really pretty color. Can I get it out of the little box though? You can see it comes in this tiny, cute little box. It's making me mad because I can't get it out though. Okay, here we go. So this is her. It's like literally a mini Pat McGrath lipstick. And it matches my red bathrobe. And here's what she looks like. As you can see, she's been used before. Now I have to figure out which one is darker, which one's brighter, if we're gonna mix the two. Honestly, they are almost the exact same shade. So I'm gonna start with NARS, and then I'll add Pat kind of in the center, and then I'll mix them together. So I don't normally do lip liners with reds. I just don't. The kids are like, "Who are you?" It's so funny. Some of the kids, like the first couple times I didn't wear makeup, they're like, "Are you Miss Ishman?" You're not Miss Ishman. Because they weren't used to seeing me without makeup. And then when I got my hair braided, they'd never seen me with braids. I haven't had braids for 6 years. The last time I got my hair braided was 2014. They were like, "Are you Miss Ishman? You're not Miss Ishman. She doesn't have braids." It was so funny. So I played it up, you know me. I kind of like to play with the kids, and I was like, "I'm not her. I'm her twin sister." They're like, "Wait, she has a sister." They have met my little sister. Like, she doesn't have a twin. She has a younger sister that's 5 years younger, because like they know that we're 5 years apart. Like, you're lying. You're not Miss Ishman. They're so funny. I'd be playing with the kids. It's so funny. Or I tell them I went back to my planet and I'm the temporary replacement for Miss Ishman until she comes back from her planet. Because remember, I'm an alien from outer space. I think I told you about that. I literally had about half the school convinced I was an alien. Half the students, I should say. They think I'm not human, and that I'm an alien. Surprised I don't have parents calling me more often about that, but I mean, I'm sure they just think it's silly. I mean, if I were a parent, my child came home and said, "Did you know my music teacher is an alien from outer space?" I would just be like, "That's cute. Ha ha ha." And I would just keep on with my life. All right, now I'm going with the Pat one. It is a little bit brighter than the NARS. Good. Mm-hmm. But the kids, they always tell me, like, "You're so funny, Miss Ishman. You're so," or the boys love to say, "You're so," the boys love to tell me that I'm weird. And I always say, "Thank you. That's a compliment." They think it's fun. I love being a teacher. It's great. All right, I'm going back in with the NARS one just to add, kind of like line my lips a little bit with it. Just to kind of sharpen up the edges somewhat. All right. This is the completed look, complete with a nice bougie red lip, because I believe these are regular price and full size are $38 a piece. So that is a bougie lip if I do say so myself. But I love this red. It is a warm red. I feel like it looks really pretty with the gold, like the goldish makeup I have. Very simple face routine, not much on the eyes, statement lip. Really pretty. How am I going to wear my hair today for school? We're going to be doing a lot of dancing, and all my classes are only 20 minutes, so I kind of need it to be out of my face. I prefer a side part. So this is it with the hair down. And let me check on the time while I'm thinking about my hair. All right, yeah, it's about time to wrap this thing up. So what we're going to do, that was my alarm. It's 7:25. That's what time my duty is normally over, my morning duty. So we're going to take the front. Do I want to leave that one right out? No, I'm going to put it up. The front portion. Oh, okay. Okay, everything's falling. Nope, I need these braids. Sometimes we'll keep that one to help anchor it, but some of these other ones I don't need. All right, I'm gonna take this front portion and I'm gonna do a ponytail with the scrunchie. Do I want to make it a bun, or do I just want to leave it in the scrunchie? I think I'm just gonna leave it in the scrunchie. All right, here's my little holiday hair. We're supposed to dress like in our favorite holiday thing, and honestly, for the holidays, I love a beat face for all the family pictures, and I look like trash. I wear regular, just like sweatshirt, sweatpants. So the red lip, the red bathrobe definitely suits my holiday attire. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my little skin routine, trying out a new foundation. I'll let you know how it wears throughout the day, and just like what I normally do for school, trying a new brow product and a new brow color. Let me know what you think about the slightly lighter, not as bold brows. I kind of like it. I think it looks cute, but my alarm went off, so I do need to go. Thank you so very much. I hope y'all have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you guys, I don't know when, no promises, but it won't be as long as before. But yeah, have a great day, stay safe, and count your blessings. Bye.